this video here. This was one of his last public interviews, if not his last public interview. And again, I think very topical still today, 33 years later, 33 plus years later, his stance on Israel that you don't really hear people talk about.
In your book, and you say that you have said it many times when you were president of the United States, that no president is ever going to desert Israel, right?
Correct. I put it more bluntly. I said, as I told congressional leaders during the 1973 Yom Kippur War, no American president will let Israel go down the tube.
All right.
Democrat or Republican, it's not an issue.
That is stated fairly categorically, and yet in your book you make it clear at the same time that Israel really is not of any enormous strategic value to the United States anymore.
That's correct.
So why then would the United States continue to burden itself with huge loans, in some cases outright grants, to the Israelis, jeopardize possibly young American fighting men when there is no strategic value involved, or little strategic
Because the
value?
United States is concerned by more than strategic values. That's maybe a weakness, but it's the way we are. And there are moral issues involved here. We don't have an alliance with Israel, as you know. They're not an ally of the United States in a technical sense. But we have a bond to Israel that
I'd say that's less so true now, both economically and militarily. I would say they're more of a technical ally, more at parity than pretty much any other, Western country, if you will. I think you see more technological advancements coming out of Israel. Again, both, on the military, Department of Defense, government side, as well as in the commercial field, given a lot of those commercial investments, do translate over to the military. I think that is something that has actually progressed in Israel's favor. And if they continue to be our ally, we continue to be their ally, benefits the United States as well.
it's much stronger. It's a moral commitment because of what happened during the Holocaust, and a moral commitment because it is a democracy, the only democracy in that area. And under the circumstances, that is why American presidents and the American people in the future will support all out the survival of Israel if it's attacked.
You've always been a very tough, pragmatic man.
So he talks, about the morality of defending Israel, even when they might not have strategic value, even though, again, I think that's evolved over time since then, and they've been able to provide more strategic value, not just in the way that he's talked about, but also in the sense that the Iron Dome, that's a very, popular, at least previously, was more popular as a marvel of engineering that was co-developed with Israel, with a lot of American funding. And yeah, you could absolutely not be in support of Israel, not in support of, funding Israel's like federal healthcare programs or, many other initiatives. But at the very least, when it comes to the Iron Dome, which has been, the cause of billions of dollars that the United States has sent over, I think that's money well spent in the sense that it's a lot better to test out those defense systems, being able to shoot down oncoming missiles when you're having to protect people, of another country, and we're not, putting those defensive systems on the line with our own people. In jeopardy. So as much as that may be a tough pill to swallow, I think that's a harsh reality of, finding allies and having a presence, elsewhere in the world where it doesn't make sense in every case. But again, as Nixon was talking about, them being one of, if not still the only democracy still in the region, I think that's a big big part of us backing Israel and supporting them even still to this day. And then